to Flightdeck Live, powered by SportBuff Shop, where if you go to sportbuffshop.com and use the code ALFlightdeck10 at checkout, you will save 10% off your entire order. I'm Tim Capper, along with Cliffy D. Pine, here from Percival Molson Stadium West. I mean TD Place Stadium in Ottawa, Ontario, where the Alouettes have a great fourth quarter and end up blowing out the Ottawa RedBlacks by the final score of 39-18. Is the Alouettes' 11th straight win here in Ottawa, tying a CFL record. And beyond that, too, quarterback one, Davis Alexander, has his first ever 300-yard game and also sets a career high for passing yards in a single game. Everything that could happen tonight, Cliff did, because, the 38 points is a combination of many, many factors.
As I say, offense puts points on the board, but defense wins championships. And tonight, the Montreal Alouettes, both offensively and defensively, scored points and won the game. It was absolutely phenomenal to see.
Yeah, the game itself really did not start off as it did last week at all. I mean, it was a very plain first quarter. The Alouettes had just over 50 yards in the first quarter alone. Only 3 points on the board to show for it. It kind of gave us shades of what was happening, over the last couple of years and stuff like that in the first quarter. But either way, it was that second quarter by the Alouettes, and then that stifling defense that just came to play that was allowing this Owls offense basically, to win this game tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't even know where to start when it comes to this defense. It's just we saw so many incredible plays from everybody. Essentially, I mean, defensively, this game this was a defensive game to start in the first half, but yeah, eventually the scoring got underway. But this defense, I'd be remiss not to talk about both Lawal Ugolak and Jeffrey Conte-Arcu.
Yeah.
Interception. I had to laugh because when I saw Ugolak with his interception, it was like he was making up for his miscue from last week.
Yeah.
He batted the ball, but and came this close to getting an interception, and he could have taken it to the house instead of Isaac Adeyemi-Berglund, but he did not. So it almost felt like this week he's like, no, you're not going to fool me again. Those big meaty paws of his just wrapped around the football. And he went for a good little run, too. Like, that was absolutely fantastic.
As it seemed, it really, that Matthew Schultz really he really had anything for the Alouettes tonight. I mean, he's never played well against the Alouettes anyways when he started. But either way, I mean, the Alouettes are able to come away with a couple of interceptions. We came away with a pick six. We came away with, it was everything tonight, from 2 offensive touchdowns, 1 pick six, and a 6-for-6 day by Jose Malthus.
Absolutely phenomenal. And that pick six by Wesley Sutton, absolutely phenomenal play. I mean, everybody on this defense ate tonight, and it was just beautiful to watch. I mean, we're excited when the points are scored by the offense, but then this defense pretty much did it all tonight and did not give Ottawa a whole lot of opportunity.
No. I mean, and the score itself, if you're watching the game itself, at one point, the RedBlacks pulled within 8. And you know what? I don't know if Alouettes fans or anybody here in the stadium at TD Place were really thinking that the RedBlacks were going to be able to come back, because they were just in spurts tonight, really. I mean, they had one good quarter. It was the third quarter itself where they outscored the Alouettes 15-7. But other than that, I mean, the Alouettes put up some major crooked numbers in that second and fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was like that third quarter kind of put a scare into the Alouettes.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we cannot be coasting here. We cannot just rest on our laurels. It almost snapped them back into place.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the fourth quarter, that's when the offense came alive again. Defense, everything was clicking tonight for the Montreal Alouettes.
At one point in the first half, at the end of the first half, Davis Alexander had 205 yards. But after that third quarter was very mid. It really was, as what his third quarter was. But then he just came alive in that fourth quarter, as did the Alouettes defense and stuff like that. I mean, and again, I think it just goes to show what the game plan was tonight, that Davis Alexander was able to come in here first away game as the QB1, and to be able to come out with a great result.
And also too, Caleb Evans, who knows this stadium very well.
Yeah.
He was able to score a tutty as well. I mean, goal line plunge, but still they all count. So just absolutely sensational effort. Once again, Davis did not look stressed. He did not look,
Nope.
nervous. I mean, even when he was, again, even getting flushed out of the pocket, still gets creative. I mean, he had that shovel pass to Tyler Snead.
Oh.
What a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
And once again, just that concentration on that is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and we got to talk about this. I mean, Davis Alexander himself, he was 23 of 32, Cliff, for 344 yards, a touchdown and an interception.
That wasn't his fault.
No. I'm curious to see what Tyson Philpott would say. I mean, the ball seemed to be a little bit high. I mean, Tyson did go up. I mean, it was a tip drill pick. So I mean, but still, it falls on his stats.
It really does, and that's the unfortunate part about that particular stat is interception. It goes against the quarterback, not necessarily the receiver. Even if the receiver doesn't do their job properly, I'm not saying that Tyson didn't do his job properly, but just got away from him, and he unfortunately ended up in the hands of an Ottawa player. And unfortunately, Davis has to wear that one. But he did atone for it. Again, it didn't bring him down. It didn't rattle him in any sense.
No.
I mean, there was no thought of okay, just shake it off. That was basically his thought, was shake it off, get back out there, and guess what? That's exactly what he did, and still managed to help this team score points. Move the ball down the field and do absolutely incredible things tonight.
Thoughts on the running game, because the Alouettes led the league last week in total rushing yards. I mean, and but STE had 17 carries. This week was quite a bit different for our running game, at least late till the fourth quarter, where Travis Tice baby.
Too cool.
So decided to step in. But I mean, what were your thoughts on that? Because they said at halftime alone, I think it was a grand total of I think it was 7 total rushes, not including Caleb's touchdown plunge. Quite a bit different than it was last week versus Toronto.
Just a little bit. And again, very happy to see Travis Tice get in there. Like, you want to call it garbage time stats, fine, but he had some really incredible runs. And once again, we got to see it was actually a couple weeks ago, he was actually here at TD Place playing an outstanding football game.
Yeah.
So it's become old, like old hat for him now, like second nature. Oh, I'm at TD Place. I better score. I better do some great things here. Well, guess what? He did. He had some really outstanding runs. And once again, this guy really is like a bowling ball. Just almost impossible to tackle. Yeah.
He actually led the team tonight, Cliff. 12 attempts, 75 yards. So he actually almost broke that 100-yard mark. It came close. Son Thomas Erlington only had 6 attempts tonight for 20 yards. We don't know if there was something else, because Tice coming in to finish out the game. If there was anything, obviously we'll stay tuned, and any news that comes out from the team, if there was an issue or not. But we'll go from there. And by the way, let's talk about these wide receivers tonight. I mean, if you're watching the game tonight, Tyler Snead, man.
He was on one.
I mean,
my word.
We all thought, he would easily have had 2 touchdowns if it wasn't for both of those hose collar tackles. That set them up 4 points. Tyler Snead tonight led the team in receiving, Cliff. 4 receptions on 5 targets for 117 yards. Very quiet in the second half, actually. But Austin Mack, second on the team, 5 receptions, 9 targets, 103 yards. First 100-yard game for Mack since last year. So it's good to see that Mack's back. Mack is back.
Absolutely. The Big Mac back to form, like we expect him to be. And once again, Davis Alexander spreading the ball around to all the receivers, getting everybody involved in the offense. You absolutely love to see it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, let's talk about this defense, because obviously we're going to go about this a lot more in detail on the podcast on Wednesday, but so stay tuned. And let's talk about this defense here, Cliff, because they were swarming all night. We ended up getting a grand total of 2 sacks. One went to Ademi Berkland, the other one went to Dylan Wynn.
Yeah.
But it was just more than that itself, because, I mean, and anything from the interceptions, we had 3 of them tonight. Kenton Arku, Wesley Sutton. This is like the last time we were here where we were backing up. I'm curious to know how this is coming off on you. Yeah. Coming off, so let's talk about those interceptions by those guys, because obviously, as we know, one was a touchdown that was returned for a pick 6. So,
once again, Wesley Sutton. And you know what? I have to reference this. Last week on Flightdeck Live, Wesley crashed the podcast. And we got talking about, the performance of the game last week. And I said, is maybe next week going to be study time? Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Ask and you shall receive, because it was study time tonight here at Percival Wilson Stadium West.
Yeah, Ugoak, Sutton, and Kenton Arku all had picks tonight.
And my word, like the pick by Jeffrey Kante Arku, he actually batted the ball in the air and caught his own.
Yeah.
Wow. What else can you say at that point? You're just wow.
Yeah, no, I know. The crowd tonight, very surprising. We were very surprised. I mean, it's just how it's laid out here at TD Place. Actually, was just shy, less than what it was last week at Percival Wilson Stadium.
Yeah.
So we had more people last week, but still a great atmosphere. One thing we have to talk about tonight, because they really can't wait till Wednesday, is everybody knows if you're there at the stadium, there was the flyovers by the F-18s. Tonight, there was a flyover by a single F-18.
CF-18.
CF-18. And this is the rumble that you and I have talked about before when it comes to and we don't know if there's an issue when it comes to maybe the ceiling was low for the game last week, or if it had to do with the height restrictions when it comes to being downtown Montreal. But man, we weren't the only ones to talk about that rumble. Goosebumps.
The sonic boom that went through. And again, they always do a flyover twice, right? They fly over just as the national anthem's ending. And yeah, that was loud. And we're looking at each other like, oh boy, here we go. And then sure enough, just before kickoff, they circle back around and it's like they kicked on the afterburner right there.
Oh God, yeah.
The way, again, we're over here at the north side of the stadium.
Yeah.
You have the overhang, which kind of, I guess can sort of keep the noise in a little bit. But that noise, when it got through, that sonic boom that just came through, like you just hear it, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And again,
it was goosebumps on both of us, man. And we were like, where was that last week?
Yeah.
It's like, did they hold back?
They must have something. I mean, and they had 2 planes last week. Here was just one, and an incredible racket. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, listen. The home opener, you got to go all out.
Oh yeah, exactly. And again, it was a great atmosphere here tonight in Ottawa. Obviously, with an Alouettes win, as we were pointing out. Any last things, Cliff, that we want to talk about that can't wait until we have the pod on Wednesday?
Again, just an absolutely phenomenal atmosphere. Lots of Alouettes fans did make the trip from Montreal to come see the game. They were loud, they were boisterous, having fun as well. I mean, this is definitely a great place to watch a football game if you're an Alouettes fan.
That's true. So the Alouettes moved to 2-0 on the season, on this early season. Again, they beat the Ottawa RedBlacks by the score of 39-18, winning their 11th straight game here at Percival Molson West. And again, it's tying a CFO record. Again, so much stuff happened tonight from David Alexander setting career marks and stuff like that, and getting his first career firsts and stuff like that. What a game, what an atmosphere. Stay tuned for our show on Wednesday, where we'll go over this and a lot more. If you happen to miss any of this broadcast, make sure that you can check out the archive over on Facebook, X, or over on our channel on YouTube.
And if you're on YouTube, make sure hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that when we do go live like this, you know about it right away. Or when the next episode of the Alouettes Flightdeck drops, you'll be notified of that as well. So make sure you're doing that. Do it now, actually. If you haven't done it, do it now.
Exactly. We appreciate every one of you, and we will be talking with you soon. So for the last time here in Ottawa, Alouettes win. For Cliffy D, I'm Tim Capper. We'll talk to you soon.